Hello, everybody. How you doing? Thanks for your patience waiting out for me to get started. 8:23, a little bit later than I would have liked. But happy Thursday evening. I've always been a fan of Thursday evenings. I don't know about you, but it's just kind of got this vibe about it, like get ready for the weekend. Even though I kind of work through the weekends but now that school's back in session, it'll be a little bit different. But at any rate, good to see you. Let's get to who was in the door to the Sned shed, who was waiting outside. Jan Butler, Kansas in the house. Hello, Jan. Welcome. Also second in Shay. Here we go. Hello, Dave and everyone. Let's have a good night. Yes, I'm looking forward to tonight with you all. Closing time 69. Keep up the love, everyone. It's going to get crazy. More accurate words were never spoken before. Keep the love going. Yes, it is crazier than now, and I just hope the normies, many of whom I love, can take what is coming. I agree. I think much is coming. Hello, D. Good to see you. Hello to all here. Loved the show last night. MS Motorsports, welcome. Ireland is a basket case at the moment. A lot of big Army aircraft buzzing about. We don't have big Army aircraft, so whose airplanes are they? Good question. Ravens Wings, good evening. Ren Slavin, yay, Sned time. Awesome. Benjamin, hey, everyone. Are you still on Rumble? Dorothy, yes, I am. We are right now. We're over on Rumble, and we've got about let me see. We've got 264 over there, and we've got another 300 across multiple platforms. Folks, I'm very happy with these kind of numbers. Because I haven't set a definitive schedule yet. What time is the show happening now, my friend? And hello to Hawk. Yes, I'm working out of the studio that Hawk and I share tonight. And folks, if you can, don't forget to tip your Hawk. It's absolutely necessary to show some love Hawk's way, my friends. And good evening. And Mike, Ren's Bubble. Mike, hello from Colorado. Good to see you. Lone Wolf, hello, everyone. Mary Luck, hello, everyone. Viking King, hello, all. Hi, Benjamin. Let me see. Good evening, friends. Ren's Bubble. Yay, been cleaning all day today. Had stress yesterday. Thank God it was okay. Good to know. All right, my friends. Well, hello, Dave. How are you? Madness. Christine, how are you? Christine Lumbo. Good to see you, my friend. Deanna, good to see you. Evening, everyone. Daryl, hi, Dave. Nita Bells, hi, Dave. All right, my friends. Good to see you all. Yeah, this is true. Shay says, Ireland, like all the countries, matter so much to the military. White hats, you too will see your country given back to you and the evil that took it over pay for the satanic crimes. Folks, there's no question in your mind, I hope. This is worldwide. I mean, this election, I'm going to get into this in a second, but just wanted to say, don't think for a moment, okay? There you go. There you are. Don't think for a moment that that this is just about the United States of America. Not even close. Roy Diamond, good evening, DavidSned. Happy to be in the shed tonight. Roy, welcome. Let's take our coats off, my friends. I love that you're Hello, DavidSned, Sharon in the USA, and Benjamin saying hello to everyone else. Fantastic. Sherry, hiya, Head Sned and Hawk, Ohio, checking in. Um, Hawk, Hawk needs a little bit more to get his gas, folks. We are at the precipice. Yes, absolutely. Lone Wolf, Viola, good to see you. Good to see you tonight. Happy, hi, Hawk, Dave, everyone, Karen, Scott, Benjamin prepping for the show. Fantastic. That looks like a plant and smoke and happy face. Somebody, it's 420 for somebody. Bamlo, Hope, good to see you, Bamlo. Auntie Honey, good to see you. Boo Baby, hi, Dave, Jasper, and Sneds. Yeah, Jasper's right here at my feet. I'm going to be peppering him with some nice little grapes tonight from time to time. He absolutely loves these and makes me so happy. I'm ready for a great show. Okay, Chivo, that puts the pressure on. I was looking forward to an average show, so now I'm going to have to step it up. So thanks a lot for putting the pressure on. Yes, I'm feeling better. Thank you. All right, my friends. All right, from Mississippi, Lacey Bounds. Hello, everyone from Austria. Sned, Christian, Mathis. Good to see you. Sharon in the USA, I thank God for you, Dave. Thank you, Sharon. I thank God for all of you, and I mean that. I am feeling better. Puff pass, yeah. Don't bogart the joint there. Pass it around. Demons are finished, if you ask me. I think this. Excuse me. I'll still have a little bit of this going on tonight. Cheers, everybody. But I think this DNC is the last hurrah for these people. Angie, oh yeah, I stumbled across this live without notification. I'm a winner today. You hit the jackpot, Angie. Howdy, Dave, Diana, good to see you. Hello, Patriots. What's up? You locked in a bathroom or what? No, I hope it doesn't sound like that. Hello, evening, Dave, and hello to all the beautiful Sned heads out there. May God continue to shine the light on us and bring us through safely to the other side. Baden, thank you so much. Deanne, thank you so much for your donation. Very, very awesome. And you know, my friend, you've been with me a long time. I appreciate you so much, and so many of you that have been with me on this journey, and we've been doing it together. Clay, good evening, Dave. Thanks for coming on tonight. This should help me forget about my cabin fever and panic attacks for a spell. Clay, I'm sorry to hear that. Hey, Clay, let me share something with you real quick. It's a neurolinguistic hemispheric integration kind of a tool that I use. And what I'm going to ask you to do, and this won't hurt you. This is completely, just having fun, almost like we're playing hide and seek. But you're going to keep both eyes open and cover your left eye with your left hand. Now, this, anytime you get a panic attack, okay, left hand over left eye, but keep the left eye open so that the left eye only sees darkness. So you want your palm to cover, only sees darkness, okay? Now, just breathe. Just breathe deeply, clear your mind, breathe deeply. But as these things that may be causing you anxiety begin to crop up, remember, we're keeping our left eye open. It's just seeing darkness. As these things begin to crop up, you're going to notice that you're starting to look at them with less emotion and more logic. Okay. And what you'll come to realize is that the logic doesn't allow you to spiral into this panic attack, because the logic is like, hey, I'm fine. I'm safe. I'm, comfortable. right? For the time being or forever, God provides. And all you're doing is you're calming the right side of your brain because you're closing off information getting to the emotional, creative side of your brain. Okay. And what that does by calming the right side, it opens up the left side a little bit more. And the left side is where our analytical and logical thought processes take place. And so, what the media does is the media hits us with all this crap, all this nonsense, this information overload, social media, television commercials, pop-ups, just ugly feet, ugly belly, ugly fat, showing us ads for weight loss and foot stuff. And, it's crazy. You're just calming that information and opening up your logical side of your brain. But they put us into that emotion with the news and the heavy stuff because they know we'll get angry or we'll be in fear. And sometimes they put us in so much fear that we go to our amygdala, our fight or flight, and our fight or flight, if we're in our fight or flight back here, or our raw emotion, like, oh, I can't stand those Democrats, or I can't, as I watch the DNC or what have you, you'll notice that it makes it harder to think logically and analytically. And that's intentional. And so this will work for anybody that has not just panic attacks and things like that, but also it'll help you if you're having difficulty, if you're getting emotional around the things that you're seeing, in the media and in your lifetime. You can just calm that emotional side of your brain and just start, thinking clearly. With that in mind, I hope that helps, Clay. Please let me know if it helps you tonight and anytime in the future. With that in mind, let's all check our coats. We're coming in out of the cold night air. We got a big heavy winter coat on. We're coming into the Sned shed, nice and warm, nice and comfortable, and we're just gonna imagine in that coat, in the pockets, in the down filling and the hood, that all of our preconceived notions, our unconscious bias that have been impregnated into our minds by the media, by society, by our friends, our family, all that ego, all that indoctrination that we have is all wrapped up in that coat. And we're just going to take off that coat and check it at the coat check. Grab a claim ticket. It's safe there. The people. Even if you lost your claim ticket, you'd be able to grab it. And you just feel unburdened by the coat, which has been what a ridiculous quote from Kamala. But you're unencumbered by that coat because now you can move freely. You can be open to downloading information, and you can grab the coat on your way out or at any time. But we're checking our coats. We'll grab a snack, grab a drink, grab our favorite person, our favorite pet, our favorite you, and come on in and let's download some info and have some fun and interaction tonight. Cheers, everybody. Okay. So I hope that helps you, Clay. Please let me know. I caught you before I have to go to bed. Julie, good to see you. David, good to see you. Sandy from Indy, good to see you. No worries, buddy. I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you. Oh, you were listening to Scripps Live. I missed that. I wish I hadn't missed that. Let's see. There's no one at the coat check, Dave. It's okay. It's a self-service. We don't pay salaries here, so it's a self-service kind of deal. But there is security. Jasper is very, very dangerous if anybody tries to take any coats. Priceville, Alabama. Perry Stanley in the house. Good to see you, Perry. It's been a minute. Florida in the house. Rumble is just spinning. Rumble. Okay. I've been on with them, and let me see if it's on your end or on Rumble end. No, it's fine on Rumble. Please, maybe David, just relaunch it. Uh, yeah, D. Uh, good to see you, Virginia, in the house, and thank you, Shailene. Good to see you. Hey, from Canada. All right, let's get it going, folks. Let's get it going. Awaken Trillium. Beware of choices. Good crew in here tonight. Go Astros. Is something happening in baseball? I don't pay attention. Let's see. Shailene, I don't know Nancy Kerner show on Rumble. Why is that necessary to watch? Listening from Connecticut, David, good to see you. Hello from Australia. I finally worked out X. Good, Patricia. That's awesome. Welcome aboard. You're gonna love it. It's got, go to my channel and at DaveSnedeker, and you can find out who I follow, and you can follow those people, and you'll figure out what you want, what you don't like. But if you want to stay away from like what's suggested of people you don't necessarily know or respect, follow who follows me, and you'll get the stuff I get. Miss Mendersu, welcome. Hello, all you gorgeous patriots. Yes, they are. Dana Wren, yes, good to see you. We're just getting started. Good to see you. All right. Agnes, hello, my brother. Love you. Thank you, Agnes. It's been a minute. How are you? Okay. Oh, yeah. Switched Wi-Fi. Hi, Dave. Good to see you, Maggie. Maggie, we got to get something going here in Austin. All right, my friends. Lisa, let's see. Mr. T and RFK Jr. will both be in Arizona tomorrow. Thoughts? Yes, I do have some thoughts on that. And let me launch from there. We've checked our coats, my friends. Come on in. Have yourselves a seat and make yourselves comfortable. We're gonna have some fun tonight. But let me address the RFK Trump situation now. So, a couple things. All righty, let's take Kamala and Trump first, okay? And I'll come back to RFK. We're at about 1,000 right now, total in the Sned Shed. So welcome everyone. When you think about it, it's not easy to draw 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people like I'll do on most nights. Imagine if I was, I had a play, or I was showing a movie, or trying to, or I was a restaurant. It's not easy pulling that many people together in one place. Just because it's the internet doesn't make it any less significant. And it's like we're filling a theater, a big theater. And so I want you to imagine that, because you're in good company. You're people that have been with me for a long time. The one thing that they will tell you, excuse me, is that I've been Q from day one. I have been telling people about how Q has to show us versus tell us, meaning most of the normies that are still asleep, or the NPCs, and that this has been an operation by the White Hats, and they allowed Biden to take this ceremonial position to show us One of Q's first posts back after being gone for a year and a half was it had to be this way. And it had to be this way because of look what's happening with our every aspect of our culture and how people are awakening to the corruption and the nonsense that exists around it. My friends, Tammy, good to see you. Peter Healing here. Great to see you. Great to see you, Peter. Thanks for being here. Glad I shook that flu bug. It was a cold, just to be clear. It was the man flu because a cold will knock out a dude, won't knock out a lady. So anyway, whoo, sorry. I went backwards a little bit. No mods tonight. I haven't, I gotta let Diana know. And Jen, I haven't been letting them know. I've just gotten really bad at this. And Barbara live. Okay. And do we need a mod? Lassie, hello, DavidSned. Listening from Southern California. I'm relatively new here and enjoying your podcasts. Lassie, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. What a cool name. I grew up watching Lassie. So I'm very endeared to that name, but obviously you're no dog. You're a beautiful young lady, and Lassie is straight from Ireland, which is a fabulous way to, I think, to enrich another one who you're speaking to by calling them Lassie. So yeah, sometimes most of the time we don't need mods, but anyway. Let me see. So getting back to this what's going on here with this, Republicans versus Democrats. If you look at, just think of, if you would, about resumes. If you and we needed to hire somebody, and we've got Kamala Harris's resume in our hand, and we've got Donald Trump's resume in our other hand. Oh my gosh. Trump's would be this thick. Kamala's would be this thick. Kamala has some nice titles. She was the AG. She was a vice president. But what did she do in those positions? What is in that paragraph underneath the titles? What has she actually done other than harm the people who put her into that position? Trump, on the other hand, his businesses, the best president we've ever had, getting rid of regulations. If you guys ever need to see a great website, if you don't know about this one, let me introduce you to it. Excuse me. It's called Magapill, and magapill.org, I think. Yes, that's it. Let me show you this. Can you imagine Kamala Harris's website? This is President Donald J. Trump's accomplishments list. Okay. The government, economy, national security. Look at all this. Look at all this. Okay. The bills to help patients stop overpaying for medicine. And by the way, all the sources are either media or the White House, straight from the White House. or Congress, right? What he gets passed. Um, Signs order to keep Guantanamo military prison open. Why was that so important? Interesting, right? So you can go on here and anybody that, again, magapill.org, anybody that needs to help somebody introduce them to Trump, you can send them here. Look at all this. Look at all this. Home builder confidence at a 12-year high. Manufacturer confidence at a 20-year high. Okay. This is like the NAM Manufacturers Outlook survey found 93.3% of manufacturers are somewhat or very positive about their own company's outlook, up from 56.6% in 2016, 77% in Q4 2016. Okay. So it's, stuff like that. So at any rate, if you look at Trump's resume, you look at Kamala's resume, it's not even close. Hey, thanks. We'll let you both know. Well, first of all, we'd hire Trump on the spot, but let's say we got to talk about it. All right. So they go, we talk about it. It's like, how do you even compare them? You can't even compare them. I didn't, as I said last night, I didn't watch a minute of the DNC. Not a minute. I saw a couple clips of Nancy Pelosi losing something out of her pant leg. I saw Walls walk out like a weird, just this weird kind of energy. I watched his son crying, which was sweet. That's my dad. His family was very affected by the whole thing. But they also don't understand that they don't understand communism. Most young people think, 30% of them think that socialism is a good thing. Evening Dave had to turn off the clown show. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Julia, hi, Sned heads. Good to see you. Barry, how are you? Great to see you. You still in Vegas, Barry? So yeah, like maybe a bag of cocaine, right? Yeah. So I haven't watched any of it. Why? Well, because I know what they're doing. I know how they are performing. I know that it's straight up propaganda. And I also know the throat was the reason I had to close down early last night. I hope it doesn't bother me. Many of you refuse to watch it. By the way, who has not watched it? Napa Valley, awesome. Moved there in 2021. Good for you. It's a beautiful place up there. Benjamin, I'm 8 miles from the DNC Freak Show. I haven't watched any of it. Tammy, I'm not watching any of it. From what I understand, Wall's son is special need. I know they were making fun of Barron. It's all fair game at this point, but I won't be doing any of that. Yeah, he looked like he's special needs, but what a sweetheart. Like, seriously, I looked at him and I fell in love with the kid. And so what a beautiful child. Yeah, let's see. That's all I see. I don't watch Clown Show. I haven't, Cindy. Good, awesome. The white baggie. I wouldn't dare watch it. Claudia, good to see you. Train companies on strike in Colorado owned by Google. And also many of the train companies are owned by Gates and what's his name? Berkshire Hathaway. And they certainly own a big one up in Canada. Viola didn't watch it. Awaken Trillium, no thanks. Linda Moon, you did or did not? Jan has not watched any of it. Only watched clips. Others have posted. Karen says I haven't had a TV in 40 years. Wow. Um, that's awesome. Haven't seen anything but a few clips. I refuse to watch DNC. I saw clicks, click, click, shut it off. Can't stand the lies. Only a couple clips. This is awesome. I had no desire to watch the DNC and their evil. Nope. Jenny, nope. Not me. Not my thing. Sherry, Linda, couldn't imagine watching it. Couldn't watch it. Seeing clips from podcasts. Couldn't stomach it. I tried with the blatant lies. I had to turn it off. Got a bad headache watching. I have not watched it. Rhonda, refused to watch only what our truthers show us. Didn't watch 1 minute of that shit show. This is great, by the way, guys. This is really great. And I'm going to tell you why. I mean, you know why. I don't have to tell you why. But the excuse me. So think about this. Okay, so first of all, I got to get back to RFK, and then I'll get to this next point. You guys know I don't use notes. I don't, I don't obviously don't have a teleprompter. Maybe I should, but so sometimes I'm all over the place. But as I've said in the past, tangents are where the gold is. That's where we need to go. The tributaries. Excuse me. So we're looking at this situation, and there's no way that they're even close. Like, if we were we had 100 applicants, this stack would be the top applicants. Okay. This stack would be the bottom applicants and everybody in between, right? Trump would be at the top of this. Harris would be at the bottom of this. And I'm saying, if you and I owned a business and we were hiring, who would we want to hire? Kamala Harris or Donald Trump? And I'll tell you the difference. Trump, he sends his in black and white, matter of fact, well-crafted, multi-page CV, right? Curriculum vitae. Harris has a scrapbook. Oh, look, this is when I was working for Willie Brown in San Francisco. We did some good things for that city. This is when I was the Attorney General of California. Look at me in my pantsuit in the courtroom, prosecuting, people for smoking marijuana and making sure that we kept, criminals in prison because we were getting some good work out of them. Making sure that bad David Deladen, who exposed Planned Parenthood selling baby parts. I know that selling baby parts is illegal, but we focused on David Deladen, and we went after him and his partner, and we took his hard drives and all his video recording equipment and charged him with 9 felony counts for secretly videotaping Planned Parenthood. And we raided his place with guns. Okay. And then I became, I started running for president, but nobody wanted me. I couldn't raise any money. I was in last place. I was the first to drop out. But guess what? Joe Biden said, I want to hire a black woman as vice president. Just like he said, I wanted to hire a black woman as the Supreme Court justice. Racist much? I don't know, but I do know. And then he hired me, Kamala. And look at me. This is when I was sworn in. That's our family Bible. And I'm black now, by the way. I'm black now. I wasn't black before. I was Indian and Jamaican and English, but I'm black now. And it's like a oh, look at this headline. when I became vice president. It's a picture book. Trump has a curriculum vitae. This is a picture book. That's the difference. It's fancy, it's colorful. When you open it up, it cackles. Okay? So so very, very different, right? So now imagine you're Robert Kennedy. You've run a respectable race. The Democrats wouldn't allow you to run as a Democrat when you've been a Democrat your whole life, and your family are the most famous Democrats in history in the United States of America. Your uncle was assassinated, which was one of the worst, moments in American history. Your father was assassinated right before the Democratic convention back in the 60s, which was in Chicago. Your family is royalty. You lost your nephew. You've lost multiple family members. And not only will the current president not give you a Secret Service detail until after Trump's assassination attempt, where at that point they're like, nah, you can keep your Secret Service, because obviously they didn't do shit for Trump. And now he's finally got Secret Service. They wouldn't let him run as a Democrat. They wouldn't let him debate. And he's going to have a significant portion of the electorate, because a lot of people are pissed off about, CV, what happened in 2020, and how this jab was forced on humanity. And this guy has been speaking out against childhood jabs since back when I was in California. But I'll tell you something about him is there was a message that he was sending out that he was not anti-jab. The message, because some are good, some are okay. I've never taken that stance. From the time that I first started doing research into these things, I have been warning people against them and telling people what they really are: genocide. A slow and profitable genocide. And in the case of SIDS, a quick genocide. So if you're RFK and you've got all these people that are pulling for you because they don't like that Trump went with, the warp speed. And that's a lot of people I know are going with RFK because of that. That's quite, I understand. But what would you do now? Well, it looks like tomorrow he may be backing Trump, stepping out of the race and throwing his support behind Trump. Now, could he throw it behind the Democrats? Yes, but why would he do that the way they treated him? See, they're regretting that now. Okay. Also, why would they do that? I think I've been pretty careful, Dana, wouldn't you say, about what I'm saying? Because I wasn't going to get into detail until after I dropped Facebook and YouTube. And so yeah, I question RFK's VP pick as well, Charlotte. That was one of your comments. And so who are you gonna go with? Well, he's got to go with Trump. And I believe that behind closed doors, Trump, and we've heard that conversation between them over the phone, but I believe that he is going to be a part of Trump's administration. And he's going to be able to do the things with medicine that he wanted to do as president. And I think Trump's going to allow him to do that. I believe Barron is on the spectrum as a result of the jabs. So I think we're going to see RFK get behind Trump. And I want RFK in Washington, D.C. He's a lawyer. He's looking out for, he's looking for medical freedom. If you want the jab, you can get it. No one's going to take that away from you. But you're not going to be forced to take any. And that is the key. And he understands. He's a smart man. He understands that what's going to happen is he's going to be able to cause probably greater effect. Her name is Shanahan, but probably a greater effect than if he was president. Dana, I am absolutely 100% with you on that. And you know that. You know me. Going way back. And that's yeah, I know we're on Facebook. That's why I'm being so careful. If I was just on my Rumble and my X, I'd be dropping the V word left and right. So my friends, yeah, he's on the spectrum, but he's clearly brilliant, Denise. Absolutely. I agree. Yep. With maturity and great doctors. Awesome. And by the way, heavy metal detoxification as well is so key. Let's see. Yeah. And I'm on YouTube too. So, hey, Sandy. Yes, I'm feeling a lot better. Still got a little throat thing, but I'm feeling better. Thank you very much. Let's see. 420 Wild Dragon. Hi, Uncle Dave. All right. 420 somewhere. Shay, never had him. Good job. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same there. So, Kennedy he would not have been my choice for president ever because he is, I don't trust his left-leaning climate change and all that. So, excuse me. So I believe he's going to throw his support behind Trump, and I think that's a really, really good thing. I do heavy metal detox every week, Dana. That's awesome. Shay, Dave, no grapes for dogs? What? Whoa, why? How come? I haven't even thought that it was a bad thing. Wow. Yeah, heavy metal detox, good for everyone. And I've got a heavy metal detox, folks. I'm going to share with you all. That is fantastic. If you want to spend money doing it, there's some ways to do it without spending money. Grapes are poison for dogs. Oh man, grapes can kill dogs. Holy shit! What the hell's wrong with me? Let me go to my grok. Hold on. Let me go to my grok here and see. Ah, man. Dogs eat grapes. All right, here we go. You'll see it with me here. Okay. Okay. All right. I had to Can dogs eat grapes? It's working it out, isn't it? That's weird. Normally, it's very very quick. Maybe I got too much going on here. Um, what the heck? Why is this taking so long? Huh? Are grapes good for dogs? Not that I don't trust you all, but I got to see this. No grapes. My dog died years ago, Lynn. They shut the kidneys down. He was only 6 pounds. He ate 4 grapes and died that night. Holy Jesus. Well, mine's probably 40 pounds at least. Mine have had a few with no bad results, but they say not to feed them grapes and especially raisins. It can shut down kidneys. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to double check. I mean, I had a dog for 17 and a half years. But thank you, Nina. That's a good point. All right, so let me show you. Here's what's coming up. Grapes are not safe for dogs. Here's why. Toxicity. Grapes and raisins, dried grapes, can be toxic to dogs. They can cause acute kidney failure in some dogs, though the exact mechanism of toxicity isn't fully understood. Not all dogs will react this way, but it's not worth the risk. Symptoms. If a dog ingests grapes, symptoms might include vomiting, diarrhea, lethargy, abdominal pain, and decreased appetite, which can progress to signs of kidney failure like increased thirst and urination or even a lack of urine production. Fortunately, none of that. Lethargy, I mean, come on, he's a dog, right? He naps a lot. But no, he was fired up just a little bit ago. Safe alternatives, apple slices without seeds, carrot sticks, blueberries, green beans. I do feed him green beans because Hawk said it you know good for his pee. It balances his the pee, like the pH or whatever. Okay, so I got to keep him out of his reach. Guess what? More for me. Okay. Okay. DQ or Deke. I'm going to say DQ. My dog, and I know I've been calling you Deke, but I just saw that differently right now. My dog ate all the grapes one night and she's alive. She's a Doberman. She's 100 pounds, maybe based on pounds. Yeah. Okay. Dan, I'm reading Behold a Pale Rider, actually Behold a Pale Horse. So thanks for that. I bought 20 plus books in 2020. I'm addicted to research. Awesome. I'll see, you know what? I'm going to get my library together. They're in boxes still. And I'm going to get my library together and I'll share some other books with you all. But that's definitely a good one. Okay. All right. No more grapes, Jasper. Okay. Let's see. I'm under radar. Cane toads down here. I'm in Dallas. What's cane toads? Cucumbers. That sounds good. Blueberries like dogs' heart. Help dogs' hearts. They like them. Raw pumpkin seeds are great for deworming as well as coconut. Okay, good to know. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Deb, thank you. Hit the like button, folks. That helps elevate us beyond the normal censorship that I receive. So I appreciate that. And folks, if you want to support my work here, you may do so at the following ways. I have always given my shows away for free, and so I welcome any support that you may want to share. Thank you, Rosemary Henderson, Dina Gildner, Buffering, Craig Bowen, Trudy Cashman, Jasmine Agnew, and Deanne Worrell. Thank you all for your support, your patronage of the work that I do here. I really appreciate it. It's very necessary. It sustains me barely, and but it sustains me, and I am very happy that I can come to you as often as I can, and also um, do the research and really get a good idea of where we are so that I can kind of help guide and help navigate the landmines that are before us. Okay. Excuse me. Um, let's see. Let's see. DQ, Dave, the dog almost died one night. I lost it. They're awfully, they camouflage and dogs sniff them and start to seizure. Huge in Austin and Dallas. I gave my pup the charcoal and CD. I'll send you some. I'm also going to get I told you a P.O. box. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm going to get that. Teresa, thank you. Ida, good to see you. I'm glad you're back. David, missed you. I've been back a while. Just a lot of people are finding me because I'm not on any of the channels that you used to watch me on. How do you become a patron? Basically, Sandy Grace, just by sending a donation. And thank you, by the way. That's the patron. I am going to probably do something on Patreon or some other platform. Patreon was shaking people off back in the day, like they got rid of fellow anon. What's his name? Praying Medic. And so I didn't go on Patreon, but I got to find a platform where I'm safe and I can also monetize and make it work. Christine, does any Q drops go with what is going on now, like the past few days? Specifically, Christine, like I just showed last night, they have the man in custody that threatened Trump. Just got a notification. Gene, thank you for that. Good to see you. Yeah, Trump was threatened again. They're trying to take him out, folks, because they realize that Kamala ain't cutting it. So they got to go back to plan A was to get rid of Trump with the lawfare. Plan B, the pew pew, and plan C was switching Biden with, somebody else, but Kamala wouldn't hear of it. So she stepped in. And now they're saying that she's not going to pull it. It's not going to work. And there's no way in hell. Now they're trying to make this really kind of weird, forced enthusiasm that people just aren't buying. People just aren't buying. Who's a registered sex offender? Renee Prain. The slippery elm lozenges for irritation in the throat. Yeah, I should have a lozenge right now, actually. I'm on Rumble, Ida, but the problem is, and we're the indoctrination on Rumble, just so you know. This is what it looks like. One word, the indoctrination. That's where you can find me on Rumble. You can search my name too, but then other channels pop up. I'll show you the. Okay, I got that. Let's see. Excuse me. Like if you do, if you search for DavidSnedeker, you'll see tonight's show's coming up live. We're at 455 right now. A show I did with David Rodriguez. It goes a lot of times by views. That was 54,000 views. Patriot Base took the show I did with these guys and redid it. 84,000 views. This is when I exposed Mike Gill. Folks, if you haven't seen that, um, it's called "Be Careful Who You Follow" or "Beware Who You Follow" on Rumble. I'll show it to you. It's a must see if you give Mike Gill or Michelle Moore any credibility whatsoever. You need to see that. It is a might as well be a documentary. It was 3.5 hours long. You can get through it in 2.5 if you put me on fast speed. This is another Nino's Corner. Balls puts that up. John Balls does that for me. But most of these I have nothing to do with. This is a 107 and David Nino and Benjamin Fulford channel. Here's mine. So that you see what I'm saying is it's all over the place because people take my work and reshare it. This is the only gentleman who asked me if it was okay for him to share my work, and I said absolutely. Um, so yeah, so I don't want you having to go around there. Whereas if you put in the indoctrination, excuse me, boom, that pops up, and then you see all my shows. This is all my channel. So I'm already there. But the problem is that I found out like um, I, if you somebody donated me $20 and Rumble took 50% of it because they did it through the app. Somebody donated $200 and they took $50 from it. So I don't want my monetization to come through Rumble. And the other thing is it takes them a month and a half to get me any money that does come through. And so at any rate, so this is my channel and it would be great to be able to do this, but I got to monetize outside, which is why, for example, the Cash App is a great thing. This new Chime app, I highly recommend. It's a bit glitchy, and $1 to $5 makes you a patron, my friends. And then yeah, so at any rate, I wanted to just share that's where I am on Rumble, the indoctrination. So in Chime, you can also get me $175 if you sign up for Chime and you use my code, you use my channel, you can excuse me. And Sandy Grace, thank you again. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. And your friendship. So the Chime, the way it works is if you go on Chime and then you do a direct deposit set up with your work or any money that you've got coming in consistently, Chime will give me $175, even if you just set up a basic direct deposit for a short period of time. And you can get up to $500, I think, early from the money that you have set up for direct deposit with Chime. You can get your money early if you need it, which always comes in handy, especially in this day and age. So at any rate, yeah. So that's the Chime situation. So I hope that helps. But at any rate, that's to take care of that. So going back to okay, here's a question. Janet, will we lose our IRA and 401k if we don't roll them over into precious metals when the stock markets crash? Okay. This is a very, very good and a very, very important question. Okay. Now, all right. So let me take care of something here. Okay. 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 So, my friends, this question. Now, I am not a financial planner. I don't necessarily want you to do what I'm telling you to do. But here's what I would do if I had a 401k, if I had an IRA. I've always worked worked for myself, and I unfortunately don't have any of those. But what's important to understand is that if you believe that the stock market is going to go down or collapse, you want to get your money out of your IRA and your 401k if they're in stocks or in mutual funds, right? Because as the stock market goes down, so will your life's earnings. So let me take you through this whole process here. Now, if you put your money, roll your money into a 401k, okay? I'm sorry, from a 401k or IRA into, what you have to do is put it into a self-directed IRA. Let's say you have $100,000, okay, and in your 401k, and you want to put that in a self-directed IRA. The place that you want to do that, okay, in my researched opinion, is right here on DavidSnedeker.com. If you scroll down, you will see patriotsilver.gold. Okay. If you don't have thousands of dollars to buy gold and silver, access a subscription model where you can buy fractional amounts of gold and silver, bringing once out of reach precious metals into reach with very small investments. This company, if you go here and you put in your information, okay, you'll get a free ebook about investing in silver and gold. But you can also call Sandy Williams at 714, and she can walk you through this, 612-2065. Tell her that I sent you, and and I'm going to tell you why this is so important. Okay. I'm sorry. This is the Patriot Silver website. Why this is so important. Many of you have heard of Phil Godlewski. Okay. Phil Godlewski got involved with this company after I got involved with this company. Couldn't do anything about it. I tried to talk to the powers that be about him, and I did. They'll tell you that too, and I warned them. But if you put your 401k or your IRA into a self-directed, there's no money created from that event. This is what's so very important. If you do that, if you become a Patriot Silver member, I'll make a little bit of money off your membership. Then you put, doesn't matter how much money you put into a self-directed IRA, the only thing you're going to pay is the fee to the self-directed company that will then put it into silver and gold for you. And I think that's, I don't even know what that is, but it's under, I don't know, $100, I think, or not more than $200. I honestly don't even know. It's very insignificant when you're talking about your life savings, right? And that's just a fee. It's a one-time fee. I make nothing. 7K, the company that the money goes into their vault, their silver and gold vault. You can actually, so they make nothing, zero, because there's no money created by that transaction. The reason why people like Phil Godlewski and others use other companies is because Godlewski is making up to 26%, minimum 12% every time you do that. So if you put $100,000 of your 401k and directed it into Goldco, you're going to pay, probably $100 to $200 for that fee to have them do it. But then 12 to 26% of that money goes to Godlewski, or an additional money goes to the company. Where does that money come from? It comes from your life savings. That's what people don't understand. That's why he's been able to buy houses upon houses. He's got like 6 houses that he's bought. Nice houses. One on the ocean in Maui, for crying out loud. In Maui, right on the water. Okay? So now you don't want to take your money out. This is a great point. Jenna says, remember, if you're not old enough to take your money out of the 401k early, you will be penalized. You also have to pay taxes on the money. It's not a Roth 401k. I was lucky enough to be of age to take mine out and roll it over into precious metal Roth 401k. Unfortunately, I had to pay the taxes. You can put your 401k into a self-directed 401k without being penalized. Okay. That's important to understand. If you take the money out, you'll be penalized. But if you roll it into another investment, that's not a problem. We have 1,000 in all the platforms, and then another. What do we got in Rumble right now? We've got another 455 still over in Rumble. No, 572. Welcome. So at any rate, if you want to talk to Sandy, tell her I sent you. She'll walk you through it. She's Central Time, same as me. So please keep that in mind and respect that phone number. And she works directly with somebody above me, Maureen, who is one of the top 4 executives in the company. So at any rate, and for those of you who have known me a while, this is a company that I highly recommend because they don't take any money out of those types of transactions. Okay. And you can get some great benefits. If you folks don't have health insurance, you'll be amazed at the value you can get from the health insurance through this company. It's really significant, and savings on businesses and all kinds of stuff. It's really fantastic. So I wanted to share that with you. Thank you for that question. Again, if you believe that the stock market is not going to do well in the coming months, if you leave it in the 401k, it will go down with the stock market. Okay. And I do believe that, yeah, he's going to pay for all that. No question. So yeah, fake selection is about to speak. First Gator. Thank you. Christine got hit by thunder last night. Thunder or lightning? I guess is lightning. Your son's computer. What a bummer. Phone bad. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. So isn't that unbelievable? Like, so Hunter Sabo 7K is the company that I recommend, because you're also going to be able to get very good prices on the bullion. They make very little on the bullion, right? Yes. So at any rate, yes. And Sandy, using Zelle was very easy for me, for her. Thank you, because Zelle charges nothing, and it's bank to bank, and it's very safe because it's your bank and my bank. That's it. Don't have to do any transfer and all that. Zelle, it's like all you got to do is put in that email and you're good to go. So, my friends, thank you. I'm glad you chimed in there as well. Um, thank you, thank you, thank you. And yes, Lisa, that is New Direction Trust. New Direction will they work with 7K. Exactly. And are you happy with them? Um, moved near the beach, so you have new weather. Awesome. Fantastic. I'm late. It was rolling with script. John, cool. How was scripts live? I'm sorry I missed that. Um, let's see. But that's why this is why I'm telling you, yeah, Phil is Goldco now because they are paying him a ridiculous amount of that money that is buying his homes comes out of your fucking retirement, folks. See, he could put you into 7K like I'm talking about doing, but he doesn't make any money that way. And 7K doesn't make any money, but 7K doesn't mind. They offer that as a service as part of the many other things that they do. So they don't mind that they don't make any money. Goldco, Fildo, they make bank and it's coming right out of your principal of your 401k or your IRA. It is, ugh. Script was amazing. I'm gonna see if I can get Script on this weekend. Script, if you're out there, hit me up. I'd love to. We need to do a show together. Yeah. Spallinger says Hartford and Goldco and all those, you have to get a 42% return to break even. That's insane. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't speak of 7K because he doesn't make any money. The big money is with Goldco. That's what's buying all his stuff. He made some money with 7K, don't get me wrong. But anyway, I got canceled off D Live, Christine. I got terminated off D Live. Can you imagine? Jeez, it's unbelievable. Tammy, miss seeing you, Dave. Thank you for that. Good to see you. Oh, he's it's terrible. Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, we're in touch, but definitely thank you, John. Yeah, and he's getting hit too. It pisses me off. Script's getting, bashed around by some morons. Um, you know, and so he's got I've got his back. Hunter, I don't follow anyone who say they have intel. Good, man. I've never said that. So you know that about me. Um, yeah. Okay. All right, my friends. So excuse me. So let's go into X, shall we? I want to play this for you. Some people are listening to Kamala. Let me ask you something. I have not watched any, and let me take Sandy's information down. And by the way, Sandy, what a wonderful lady. You're going to love her if you speak with her. Tell her I said hi, but you're going to love her. No, I told you, my friends, I have watched none of the DNC. Would you like to watch her together, or would you like to go go down a different path? And I will let you all decide. But I've stayed away from the DNC. But if you guys are watching it or want to watch it, but would rather do it together, I'll do that with you. Okay. Sorry, just taking care of something. Okay. No. Good. A different path. Good. Cool. Awesome. Ellen. Yes. Good stuff. My collection coins have saved my butt. I tell you that much. Yeah, no ho ho. No ho ho. Good. Because I want to show you this. Check this dude out. Alrighty. Let me share the screen with you. You guys have seen this guy, right? Let's tune in for the next couple of minutes.
Here's how I would fix how fucked up the United States Congress is with 5 simple rules. The first rule, obviously, being term limits. The people in Congress should be just like the president. They are only allowed to serve 2 terms. Then they can make way for someone else who has something else to say. Rule number 2, congressmen and women are paid the median salary of the state they represent. If the congressman or woman wants to make more money, they need to take action to raise the median salary of the people in their state. This will immediately guarantee that they understand the people they represent. And I know people are going to say that would be hard to do because they have to go back and forth between Washington and their state. That leads me to rule number 3. No more traveling to Washington, and also no overseas travel paid by the taxpayer. Now, how will we accomplish this? Easy. We all know what fucking Zoom is. It is 2024. There is no fucking reason for our representatives to be traveling to Washington. There is no reason they have to meet in the same fucking room. We just install big ass iPads on each chair and they can talk it out over Zoom. It's fucking insane that we are paying for our representatives to travel all the way across the country just to fucking vote. All we need is big ass iPads, secure push button voting technology, and video conferencing technology. 3 things we already have. As for the overseas travel, there is zero fucking reason for a representative from Idaho to have to go to Paris on official business. They are not foreign dignitaries. They are not part of some international Peace Corps. They are representatives of their state, so they need to stay in their fucking state. Now, if they want to go overseas on vacation, that's fine. They can pay for it themselves. But there's absolutely no fucking reason taxpayers should be footing the bill for representatives or senators to fly overseas. Now, without them traveling all over the place, that's going to free up a lot of time. And that'll lead into rule number 4, which is single issue bills only. Any bill that's submitted to be voted on can only be about one single issue. There is no fucking reason a veterans benefit bill should have anything unrelated to veterans in it. It should be putting up one issue at a time, voting on one issue at a time, and passing or not passing one bill at a time. Want more money for Ukraine? Put up a bill that is just the Ukraine funding. Don't combine it with some bill giving benefits to old people to try to make everyone feel bad and vote yes. If a bill or an issue can't pass on its own merits, then it doesn't need to be passed. And lastly, rule number 5. Anytime a member of Congress speaks to the media or the American people, it is automatically assumed that they are under oath and can be charged with perjury for lying to the American people. And if through a jury of their peers, preferably that jury should also be made up of the residents of the state they represent, they will be immediately removed from office. And that's it. 5 rules to unfuck Congress.
I can get behind that. How about you all? This is, yeah, good dude. There, yeah, and you wouldn't believe the waste. You guys all know that I worked on Capitol Hill for summer 1983, right? I'm dating myself, but at any rate, um, the waste that goes on, the parties, that lobbyists throw, and the dinners, and the just to gain access. Okay. Meanwhile, try getting an appointment with your congressman, right? Oh, who was that? His name. Hold on. And by the way, Matt Wallace said that Trump had to end his interview early because of the assassination attempt. But I think it's been, they've caught the guy. Yeah. The bottom line is, folks, if you went to Congress, you've got it made in the shade, and you know it, right? No dual citizenship, Mr. Levin. Yeah, lobbies must go to prison for corruption. Yeah, that's how they corrupt a lot of the representatives. And it needs to be more transparent. We need to see the conversations they're having. Need to see the conversations. Yeah, Patriot First. Going to type that up and send it to every governor, rep, house, etc. I can. Please send me a copy. as well. If you type that up, you can reach me. You can send that to the indoctrination, at Proton Mail. Appreciate that. The indoctrination at Proton Mail. And if this show speaks to you, please share it out to your friends, my friends. Your friends, my friends. Folks at Twitter, I'm at DavidSnedeker, or I'm sorry, at DaveSnedeker. I'm sorry. And let me see. Let me take you down my feed here. Okay. Okay. So this is, let me share my feed with you here. Oh, I didn't get to name that guy. Does anybody know that guy's name? Let's see. Let's see. Let me see. Do you guys know? Forgive me if I'm, he was on Matt Wallace, I think. Okay, let me find him. Oh, I got to bring him up over here too, because I got to show you this. This is Trump's rush.
We're in danger standing here talking, so let's not talk any longer. No, I know about it, but they don't want me standing here. They don't want you standing here either.
That clip is going viral right now of Donald Trump having to end an interview early due to the threat of an assassination attempt. You can see him look in one particular direction, almost as if the Secret Service has told him in his ear that there was a suspicious figure in that direction. Then he has to quickly go out of the range of potential gunfire. It's scary to see a candidate like Donald Trump, who is so threatening to the elites that he has to literally put bulletproof glass every time he does outdoor rallies these days. If Donald Trump wins again, it's going to be nothing like the first term. It is going to be scorched earth on all of these agencies that have continued to abuse him, to go after him with extreme false legal charges, trying to throw him in prison, going after his family. It is going to be a full-scale effort to not only rid those agencies of all the corruption, to get revenge on them for what they've done, but to also restructure it in a way that is better for the future of American politics. The entire system needs to be restructured fully, as right now the three other agencies are not working for the people. They are working for themselves and for the elites. It's a very scary time to be an American. We are on the verge of a potential debt crisis. Right now, the president cannot even feel safe standing on a tarmac by his airplane. That right there is the sign of a nation in decay, but we have potentially one last chance to save it, and we better hope that happens, because if they do take out Donald Trump between now and the election, and they're going to try very hard to make sure that he's no longer breathing come November 5th, if he's able to make it, it's going to be a big change for our country. If they take him out, it's going to be a situation where not only is there a potential civil war, but the country goes into total mayhem and chaos. But it's crazy to even be having to talk about that at all. There should not be any threat to a presidential candidate in a sane country that doesn't happen. In a country where the systems aren't broken, there is no threat of that. And so we're going to have to strive to make a better nation. That's the only hope we have to save this place. I'm Matt Wallace. Make sure to follow.
So that's Matt Wallace. He's Matt Wallace 888 on X. So thank you for that, Matt. And I also wanted to ask you all, do you think that, have you seen Trump speak behind a glass, bulletproof glass before? at any of his rallies, has he been behind a bulletproof glass? Yes or no? And when? Because there's only one other time that I've seen that be the case. And I'm about to show you. This is J6. These are some fellow Sned heads here, and beautiful people. And there's the stage over here, Save America. And that's where Trump spoke, and there's glass, Save America March. And he was behind glass. So my question, yes, I watched live. I was supposed to be there. Deanna, no, only today. Yeah, J6. The inauguration, I think they have glass up there all the time. I think it's a good call, Jenny. I think only once, just last night. J6, yes. Okay. In Washington, D.C. Yes, in Asheboro yesterday. But what I mean is before the assassination attempt, he never had glass, with the exception of the inauguration and J6 in D.C. So my question is, when was this? This is J6, what I'm showing you right here. Yeah, when you saw him behind the glass, you bunkered down. So what did they know about J6? That's the thing that's very interesting, right? What did they know about J6 that they used the bulletproof glass, right? Glass on stage of the Christmas tree lighting. Sandy went to one year in his presidency. Okay. Feeling better, D. Thank you. They knew that was the beginning of the end. Yeah. So very interesting that outside of the White House and the Capitol for inauguration, White House for Christmas tree lighting and events at the White House, where, by the way, you also see, he'll be with Melania, his whole family, right, at those events too. So they're protecting the whole family. But when just him, the only, put on that hat. I got that hat. I think it's in the car, actually. But I got that hat. I think it's in the car. I got this one. I got that one here in the studio. And the high wire with Del Bigtree that I got at a party. Yeah. Inauguration didn't have any glass, Shay. Thank you. I didn't know that. You got that hat? Cool. Awesome. The indoctrination hat. Yeah. So at any rate, so how interesting how things are shifting, right? So let me take you to this post. This is from our friend Sir Oliver Pollock. I said huge. Oliver says, this decision lends to my theory they will try to cheat again, but they will get caught before the election takes place, validating Donald Trump claims of 2020 being stolen. How they will use same methods, and it will all be documented through the blockchain. Give the throne back to the rightful king. Bring back the diamonds, which we believe is code for, getting back the White House. So, or the theft that was stolen. And this is what that is in regards to. And I believe that is one. I've told you that if there is an election, I believe that they will catch them in real time. That's the only reason that there will be an election. Breaking. This is from George Behizzi tweets. The U.S. Supreme Court has just voted to reinstate a provision from an Arizona law that requires voter applicants to provide documentary proof of citizenship when getting registered to vote. Glory be to God. This overruled the decisions from the lower court judges who blocked the law. From here on out, proof of citizenship will now be required for new voters using a state voter registration form. This is across the board. Okay.
The county, Arizona, the county that produces the most amount of election fraud anywhere in the country. It's actually number one. And for a few years since the stolen 2020 election, I've been very nervous about Arizona because of the lack of election integrity reforms. The state legislature has tried, right? But when you have a governor like Doug Ducey, that's his real name, but I call him Ducey Bag because he's a douchebag. And you have Katie Robs because she robs elections. Her actual name is Katie Hobbs. I have a lot of nicknames for people. So because of all these things, the legislature failed to enact election integrity reforms. 2022 was rigged, stolen from Kerry Lake in broad daylight, and Abe Hamaday. I can't breathe like George Floyd. Driving and talking is very difficult because I'm still a professional driver. I got to stay focused, laser focus, laser eye surgery. Boom. Anyways, the U.S. Supreme Court's decision today to effectively uphold the provision of law that requires voter registrants to have to provide proof of citizenship is amazing. It's probably the best thing that's come out of the Supreme Court in relation to election integrity. Neil Gorsuch, Clarence Thomas, and Justice Samuel Alito have been very consistent when it came to election integrity. But Brett Kavanaugh and the other con artist, Amy Coney Barrett, such a fitting name, they've been horrible on election integrity. John Roberts is a liberal, and then the other three liberals are just evil. But today, I'm really happy because this ruling gives us precedent. It's a Supreme Court decision, so it affects the entire country. It means states can now pass laws that can't be challenged in court, requiring voters to show ID when registering. It's a little different because on election day, they don't need to, but when registering to vote, they have to show the ID. It also gives us precedent to go ahead and look at the voter rolls now and see who's not registered to vote. I did a thing on a post that Marissa Hamilton posted. She's from Arizona. And it was about how the increase of registered non-citizens, like people who were registered, a bunch of voters who didn't have proof of citizenship in the system, that number rose dramatically in the last 18 months. So she did that. So I think we can now go into those systems in Maricopa County, Pima County, and Yuma County, all these big counties, and challenge those voters. This is amazing from the Supreme Court. I'm still pissed off at them for their Harper v. Moore decision, which was a decision based off a case out of North Carolina that asked the Supreme Court to decide legislative authority on managing elections. The Constitution makes it very clear that the times, places, and manner of holding elections shall be prescribed in each state by the legislature thereof. This is why it was so problematic in 2020 that courts and secretaries of states and election boards were just making decisions about the election and how it would run. It was up to the legislature. That's why it was unconstitutional. So if anyone ever asks you about the 2020 election and you don't know the specifics of the ballot fraud that took place, just note that the Constitution was violated by those changes from the top, right? So that'd be an easy argument for you. So the Supreme Court in Harper v. Moore decided to just say, all right, judges can still challenge or overrule state legislatures. the state legislatures should have independent authority on elections. The founders thought elections are important. So instead of giving it to judges or an executive branch to run, why don't we give it to the people's elected representatives? That way, at all times, they'll be accountable to the people, because our elected representatives are the closest people we can get out of office if they screw things up. You know, every 2 years we get to vote for Congress members, and then, you know, state house members. They are the best stewards for election integrity. That's what we should have. But of course, courts over the years have decided to become activists from the bench. I digress. I'm very happy about the Arizona decision. I think it's an amazing decision. In fact, I'm going to go as far as to say I think Trump will flip Arizona just from this one ruling. And guess what? To all you crooks, you pieces of garbage feces that kept telling Trump, stop talking about the election, stop saying it was rigged. I bet you, because Trump constantly complains about the election, and it's not just complaining, he's complaining with facts. So it's him just telling the truth about the elections. Because he was constantly telling the truth, this is the reward, actual reform. This is why these neocons are so stupid. Trump is getting actual election integrity through by constantly talking about it. You guys just sit there and say, oh, it didn't happen. 2020 wasn't rigged. You know, when Jesse Morgan, a USPS driver, said, I drove like 300,000 ballots from New York to Pennsylvania on election night. He said that. He signed his own life away. He was like, penalty of perjury. I saw this. And you people were like, there was no election fraud. Yeah. When Democrats are losing and then out of nowhere, that number just skyrocketed. Come on. That was like the inflation rate. You know, under Trump, it was just fine. And then boom. Anyways, I digress. Goodbye. Let me just drive, man.
I'm here. Don't, all right. Maybe I got caught in the other room trying to take care of some business, but I was listening. So how poignant that we go from what I showed you here to what he just said and what we just learned about the Supreme Court, because that was us Saving America March. That was us going to DC to say that our election was stolen. Trump had to be persecuted by a stolen election in order for the proper laws to be passed to make sure that it wasn't stolen again. And so I really, and by the way, I don't know that young man, but I like him. I'm following him now. But very nice work. And because the Soaring Sparrow says George is really coming into his own as a podcaster and influencer. So, so this is going to be all these people that they're bringing into the country to get them to vote Democrat. By the way, this is why I was late getting back. This is some nice little whiskey from a dear friend of mine for my throat. So that will help. So Yeah, thank you. We're so excited that you got to go and are still safe. I was trying to broadcast from there. It was nearly impossible because of the bandwidth. But yeah, yes, I absolutely will take care of that. Thank you, Auntie. I appreciate that. Um, it's not a hot toddy or a hot tootie. It's just straight whiskey. Um, the gunman they caught today is 66 years of age. Interesting. Patriot first. Yeah, 233s and also 2/3 of 666. Yeah. Do we know his name? Will somebody drop his name? But at any rate, um, Dan, well, I'm joining you, but my throat isn't sore. Just chilling. Hey, it's Thursday night. It's Thursday night. Uh, I drink whiskey for my throat all the time. LOL. Good stuff. Every once in a while, I'll have some wine with you all, but I rarely have the hard stuff. I'm getting some love from Jasper here underneath the desk. It's pretty sweet. I was feeling guilty because he was bummed about no more grapes, so I went and I got him one of his doggy treats. So yeah, your dad's name was Wally too. Always drank his hot when he was sick. Yeah, I definitely didn't make it cold, but normally I'll do it hot when. Yeah, I do this as well with tea. That's good stuff. I mean, folks, our grandparents and our parents and our great grandparents, that's what they did. They didn't take NyQuil. Okay. They made a hot toddy and they give the kids whiskey. All right. Yeah, that's why I stopped feeding them grapes because we found out that they're toxic. We've been down that road. I even looked it up, but thank you. Can you tell me what George goes by? Well, I'll show you. I'll show you his site here. Here we go. This is George, and it's kind of weird. Behizzy tweets. BEHIZY tweets. Good following there. 280,000 followers. Wow, fantastic. Don't even ask. I mean, how many do I have? 15,200. Now, folks, don't get me wrong. I'm grateful for that. I've got, I don't know, 5,000 over on Telegram or something, and another maybe a couple thousand over on Truth, and where else am I? Oh, Rumble. What am I at? 8,042 on Rumble. I'm telling you, folks, if I'm not, if this is when this is all said and done, and I haven't been absolutely, affected by the powers that be and held back, and I'm telling you, I'll be amazed. But without question, my numbers are being kept down. My other Twitter account, excuse me, dude, what are you doing? Okay, don't be chewing my desk. My other Twitter account was terminated, and I'm not going to say why because I'm on Hawk's Facebook and YouTube. But at any rate, Dave X22 started featuring George and he exploded. Good to know. I didn't know that. Very cool. Yeah, I had more on Facebook back in the day. Yeah, well, I had 5,000. I had, I don't know. There were a lot on the indoctrination that wasn't limited. We had 250,000 individual URLs that had watched the show on the indoctrination Facebook channel back in the day. But that was eliminated, terminated. Let's see. Ronald Lee Srud is his name. Hunter. Is that the dude we're talking about, George? Cool. TJ Cat says, I've been watching George for about 4 years. Very cool. All right. So he's been around a minute. How'd I miss it? Primarily, is he like on TikTok or YouTube? What's he doing? Kathleen, good to see you. Love my Sned heads. We love you. D. Hager, can't keep a good man down. Yes. I was on the front page of Rumble, #1. Really? When I brought it up or when you guys brought it up? I've never been on the front page of Rumble that I'm aware of. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been on the front page. I am, because it's my account. Do you think that's why? Do you guys see me on the front page of Rumble? Like if you just go through the main Rumble channel, do you see me there? It'd be interesting to know, because I'm not really happy with Rumble right now because they're promoting a lot of people that I don't dig. He started on YouTube. Okay, CommieTube. Yeah. I started on Facebook, then went to YouTube, but how was he able to stay on YouTube? Linda, you couldn't find me last night. We looked for you. So Linda, I wasn't on Facebook last night because I knew I was going to cover some jab stuff, and I didn't want to affect Hawk's stuff. So really, you need to hit your notifications on X. Get on X. X is the new battlefield, folks. You got to be on X, even if you think it's too much, you don't want to deal with it. I promise you'll be happy that you got involved with it. We're still supporting Zuckerberg on Facebook, folks. We got to get off of that. Let's see. Okay. Ren's not on homepage, just on my feed. Hi, Mary. Good to see you. Yes, but I thought it's because I watch you so much. Yeah, that might be it. That's probably why. Not on front page, just when I go to a page. Thank you, Debbie. Only on my feed, Maggie. Thank you. Cool. All right. Yes, Dave, I see you on the front page, Don. Watching from Northwest Washington State. Love your shows, Dave, Vicky. Thank you for that. Yeah, Linda, we'd love to see you on X, dear. Come on over. We'd love to have you here. It's powerful when you realize that you can get through all the news and the events that are happening, but you don't have to see, all the family pictures and wedding pictures and stuff like that, all the personal stuff. Then you could just get in and get out on X pretty quickly. There's a new recommended to you algo that is probably pushing Dave to front page. Well, I don't think that's happening. That's why I'm wondering, what is my handle on X at DaveSnedeker? Excuse me. Here it is. And guys, as you know, DavidSnedeker.com, you can always you'll find all my stuff there. Including you can donation, you can subscribe to my individual podcasts, Shattering the Indoctrination. I've got to do the follow-up to Those Who Betray Us. I've already done it. I just haven't. Sorry, this is what I took you to. Those Who Betray Us, I have part 2 of that I need to drop. And I need to drop more of these, but I have all these. Soul-Seeking Solitude's a good one. Dig Deep, Escape the Noise, Find the Joys, How They Control Humanity, 1 of 3. I've got to complete the next 2 of those. It's All Too Much. Folks, if you feel like this is just too much, listen to that one. And it's just you and I hanging, maybe have a little of this, maybe have a smoke, whatever. Get into a chill mindset, because all of this was for me to kind of want to come to you in a very different way, in a very personal way, on my personal journey. So, yes, please check it out. Auntie's still learning how to navigate X. It's a bit confusing, but we'll figure it out. I'm sure you will. Spollinger X is amazing. I like it best myself. It doesn't. I don't want to spend time anywhere else once I'm on X. That's the thing. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Greg, I got to hold on. I got to hold on. I didn't get a chance to get back to you. Greg, you should be watching me, man. Why aren't you watching me? Let's see. Hold on. I probably should have just picked it up, but I didn't want to embarrass him. Here we go. On the live. Okay. This is a guy that was picked up. Boo baby. Ronald Lee Sverud is 195 in simple gematria. That's why I was asking, Boo baby. So thanks for doing that for me. For us. Last president, Cory Comparator, best is yet to come. Jesus second coming. Don Trump e-message. Wow, I like that. 195 in simple gematria. Very good. See, that's what, and by the way, three words. Lee Harvey Oswald, Matthew something Crooks, or whatever the hell his name, you know. Hey, dude, can you stop that, please? Can you go get a toy that doesn't squeak? He's eating that box again where he exposed that book that I showed you of the what do we call it? Remember when he unearthed my scouting report from the Big Ten, and this is how I have come to be able to predict what some of these motherfuckers are doing to us, because I learned how to, each one of these is a different team. And I learned how to track my opponents here. Okay. Our assistant coaches would do these up for us, and we'd have to memorize them. And we'd have to learn about, what they were good at, what they weren't good at, what plays they ran. And this is all one team. This was Illinois, I think. And, so we'd have to learn what plays they ran. Right. So anyway, not to bore you with that, but the last time that he was digging, he unearthed that. And I was just talking about how stay away from that. No. Stay away from that. That is not for you. I got to put this up. Yeah, I don't trust you, dude. You're going to eat that shit. You cannot have that. No. So, at any rate. Okay. Let's see. The joys of puppy ownership. Exactly. So, Christine, you remember that? No, that this wasn't under the house, or it was in a different box, but there was 2 boxes that I lost, where I lost. Just tragic. I lost so much. Got to wonder how many copies Navy vet of Catcher in the Rye Crooks owned. Yes, that was from excuse me, what's his name that went after oh shoot, holy cow. Oh my gosh. Okay. I will call after. Whoa. I'm in. Hold on. I made a commitment to tomorrow morning. Okay. I got to make that happen. Figure that out. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Sorry, folks. Oh, Jasper, he went in the other room. Jasper, come here. I got to put something on for you folks and let him out real quick. Let me put this. Let me see what I got for you here. Oh, hey Jasper, come down. Okay, check this dude out. Hold on. There we go.
All licenses are a fraud. Brace yourself. Let's go. Book reference. The term license is defined in law as, quote, a permit to do something illegal. What? Hold up. Run that back. The term license is defined in law as a permit to do something illegal. Somebody might be like, well, that's your opinion. See Black's Law's Dictionary, 6th or 7th edition. Receipts, book reference, license, certificate or the document itself, which gives permission. Are you listening? Therefore, all licenses are permits to violate the only real law. Inalienable rights are the rights bestowed by God at birth upon all living men. All other laws are subordinate to God's law. All other laws are subordinate to God's law. Bing bong. The controlling de facto government wants us to rely on their laws, so they demand that we apply for a license. You see the trick? For example, a driver's license, a marriage license, a gun license, etc. Anything that they say requires a license. That's pretty much everything. Somebody might ask, well, how do they get away with it then? They succeed in this intimidation through the corporate courts and police enforcement by so-called officers who have been brainwashed and reinforced by mandatory training programs. Wow. Book reference. States cannot license rights. A state may not impose a charge for the enjoyment of a right granted by the federal constitution. Did you hear that? No state may convert any secure liberty into a privilege and issue a license and a fee for it. Madouk vs. Penn. If the state does convert your rights into a privilege and issues a license and a fee for it, you can ignore the license and a fee and engage the right with impunity. Shuttlesworth vs. Birmingham. Receipts. Remember earlier how I mentioned the marriage license? Check this out. Those who apply for and marry pursuant to a marriage license have added a third party to their marriage contract. The third party is the master, by and through his agent, the corporate state. What? The marriage license gives the state the legal right to decide the fate of the husband, wife, and possessions they procure during their marriage. Keep in mind, licenses are legal, not lawful. Should the marriage fail, their divorce must now be decided by and through the state's corporate court by a corporate judge. And the judge's first and foremost concern is the interest of the state. You didn't need a license, but since you went and got one, the corporate state became your master and you the slave.
I'm going to get into some more of that with you in the coming days because I have some opportunities that I want to run by you that if you're interested, you can step away from the false mechanisms that are enslaving us all. So I want you to be aware, and it involves if you look at a corporation, for example, like if you pay yourself, everyone should be without question, if you have any kind of a business, you should be paying yourself through your own business. So that way you keep more of your money, because with a business, you're able to take out all your expenses and then pay yourself. Whereas if it goes directly to your name, you have to pay taxes on what that is, and then you pay out all your expenses. So that's not the way to do it. But there's also a way to do a business that I can help you with which is how you can set up a business that is tax-free. Okay. And so I will share more on that in the coming days. Thank you for your support, Rosemary Henderson, Dina Gildner, Buffering, Craig Bowen, Trudy Cashman, Jasmine Agnew, Deanne Worrell, Romeo Custodio, Sandy Grace, and Stacy Holcomb. Thank you all so very, very much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. So speaking of the 7K, I have an event tomorrow morning, a golf event down in San Antonio that I thought was next week, and I screwed that up. So I'm actually going to have to close down shop here very soon because I forgot all about that event, and my friend is supporting me with that, so I want to honor that. And so at any rate, this the maritime trap, exactly. Scavino said Trump to be on Fox at any minute. Good to know. Let me see if I can pull up. Let's see if he's going to be on. Be on Fox News. What link do you guys use to watch Fox for something like that? Because I don't watch. Trump is talking on Fox right now. Let's see if we can pull that up. But what's it on? What are you guys looking at? Yes, I'm going to get a PO box, Vicky. Thank you. Let's see. Let's see. Is it on X, but is it Fox News or let's see, at Fox? Yeah, I'm not seeing it, guys. Any suggestions? Fox News Live. Yeah. No. No. Fox News Channel. There it is.
Horrible. It would have allowed millions of people to pour into our country. Would have been horrible. It was a horrible bill. It was a joke. She doesn't need a bill. I didn't have a bill. I closed the border. I had the safest border in the history of our country. I closed it up. As president, now she'll have to get Joe to do it, but she could probably have a lot to do with that, right? Now Joe's missing. He's on a beach in California. But you know what? All she has to do, or all he has to do, is say, I want to close the border. The border is closed as of now. They don't need bills. They don't want to close the border. I stood at the border today in 100-degree weather, and I will tell you, it's a dangerous place. And I was being told by Secret Service and a lot of other law enforcement, sir, it's really dangerous here. I think it's time to leave. You wouldn't believe the things that I saw at that border. She's the border czar. Now she wants to deny that, but she's the border. In any event, she was in charge of the border. She's the worst border czar in the history of the world. There's never been a border so unsafe as this one. 20 million people have poured into our country. many of them from prisons and jails, from mental institutions and insane asylum, and record number of terrorists. And other countries are releasing their prisoners from their jails. They're emptying out their jails into the United States of America because of her incompetence and her bad border policies. She is a horrible, horrible person to run this country. We won't have a country if she gets elected.
Let me ask you this, sir. There has been a huge appeal and momentum for women voters. She's trying to pull the youth vote, the Hispanic vote, the black vote back in her direction. Polls show that she's having some success in that at this point. So what are you going to do? What's your strategy to rebuild the momentum that you had with those voters?
No, she's not having success. I'm having success. I'm doing great with the Hispanic voters. I'm doing great with black men. I'm doing great with women because women want safety. They want safety. And they don't have safety when they have somebody allowing 20 million people into our country, many of them very dangerous people. No, it's only in your eyes that they have that, Martha. We're doing very well in the polls. We're leading in most of the polls. And in the swing states, we're leading in almost every one of them.
Mr. President, let me interrupt.
The auto workers are voting for me because you're not going to have an auto industry if she gets elected. They're going to all electric cars. All electric cars are going to be made in China. And you're not going to have, you literally will not have an auto industry. The United Auto Workers ought to be ashamed of themselves. They sold the workers down the tubes.
Two quick things as we wrap up here, Mr. President. Tomorrow, do you expect to be endorsed by Robert F. Kennedy Jr.? And are you making a specific effort in Georgia to make up, if you will, with the governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp?
Well, I just saw Brian on a very good man. Did you ever hear of a man named Sean Hannity? And he was interviewed by Sean Hannity, and he was very nice, and he said he wants Trump to win, and he's going to work with me 100%, and I think we're going to have a very good relationship with Brian Kemp, and that was on just before you people went on with that speech that we just listened to.
And RFK Jr.?
It just happened, and as far as RFK, I've had a great relationship with him over the years. I respect him. He respects me. I have no idea if he's going to endorse me. I know he's got a news conference. We happen to be in the same state. Arizona will be in the same state, but in quite different parts of the state. But it's possible we will be meeting tomorrow, and we'll be discussing it. He said, look, he was treated very unfairly by the Democrats. He would have beaten Joe Biden in a Democrat primary. I have no doubt about it. And they made it absolutely impossible for him. They made it that you have to get 60, 70% of the vote just to get in. And you know what?
President.
In the end, the Democrats did the same thing to Joe Biden. They threw Joe Biden out of the party.
And that's why we saw a different night tonight.
They did to RFK.
Mr. President, thank you so much for the time. We appreciate that live feedback.
Stay right there. Live edition of Gutfeld is coming up. Thank you so much for joining us from Chicago. It's been a great week.
By the way, by the way, that was awesome. Good to see and hear him. So fired up. Like, he's a fighter, man. He's unbelievable. I am so impressed with that man. Excuse me. And I know we all are. And but why would they keep the DNC up? That didn't make any sense. They should have cut out the audio. Yeah, I don't like those folks. And even Gutfeld. I think Gutfeld is good, but they're all part of the controlled opposition. And what I plan on doing is doing like a nightly show. And they just cut him off. Jen, good to see you. They just cut him off while he was speaking. Like, that's Fox and fake friends. But he never shows weakness or fatigue. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? And he was calling him president. Yeah, and they should have turned down the volume of the DNC. I agree. This is great. Renz says, I was watching Trump's live truths during Kamala's speech at the same time as watching this. He is in top form. let's go to those quickly, shall we? Excuse me. And my throat is feeling it, my friends. And I'm going to have to shut down because I've got this event tomorrow morning. I didn't realize. I thought it was next week. I'm an idiot when it comes to some things. Schedule, time. Yeah. Let's see. Let me see. Okay. Unbelievable. Yeah, he's done. The border bill is one of the worst ever written. By the way, how interesting that her running mate is has the name of the very thing that she kept from staying up and stopping the the absolute invasion at the border. Walls. All right. Trump was building walls. She and Biden tore them down and literally sold them for pennies on the dollar. None of it made sense. I think this is a white hat operation. Walls, really? The most liberal guy. She's the most liberal girl. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Yeah, I'll do a gargle later. I Googled the gargle, and the gargle told me that Google told me that the gargle was good for the throat. And raw honey, thank you. I'm going to do that as well. and I didn't think about that, Renz, until today. And I thought, man, she got a running mate named Walls. To me, that's a white hat comm right there. Folks, they're absolutely in control and communicating to us. Yeah, wow. How did we not see that sooner? Honestly, John, literally just today, I'm thinking, oh my God, her running mate is Walls. Man, talk about, and then what was the first thing that happened that they claimed she wasn't the border czar? Are you kidding me? She wants to spend all of her money on illegal immigrants that are invading our country. Folks, look at all these while she was talking. No specific programs, all talk, no action. Why didn't she do it 3.5 years ago? I'm sure there's links to this. She said she's going to lower the cost of housing, but houses were more affordable under Trump. Also, why didn't she do it? She will obliterate Social Security and Medicare by giving it away to the millions of illegal immigrants who are infiltrating our... That sneeze turned into a yawn. That was the oddest thing. Folks, I'm just thinking about what we're dealing with right now. Oh, we are living in a freaking crazy funhouse, like with weird mirrors and shit falling out of Nancy Pelosi's pants and Joe showing up with chins that we've never seen before and deep set eyes, and Hillary showing up in a mask, very different from what we've seen of late. Her pinned tweet takes us directly to not just to Epstein Island and a picture of Epstein Island, but literally the room and the table where she committed sacrifice of children and extracted adrenochrome. I mean, folks, Harris, right away, she's not the border czar. They never said she was the border czar. They sent that out across social media. They sent that out across the 4 a.m. talking points. Everybody was showing up. Oh no, that she was never the border czar. They never made her the border czar. They absolutely did. Like, they're literally appealing to the immigrants and the NPCs out there in the world that don't understand what's going on. She broke the middle class and made it unsafe and unaffordable. Charted a new way forward, but she's had 3.5 years and has done nothing but harm. Lying again about Project 2025, which she knows, and so do all Democrats, that I have absolutely nothing to do with. That's true. Wonder why Kamala Harris won't do interviews or unscripted events. Tim Walz let Minnesota burn. Kamala Harris bailed out the ones who lit the matches. This is absolutely factual. Factual. She paid and raised bail to get the violent rioters in Minnesota out of jail. Absolutely. They said she didn't do that too. These prosecutions were all started by her and Biden against their political opponent, me. Unbelievable. Yeah. Why didn't she do something about the things of which she complains? Man, he was on it. She let 20 million people into our country, many of them criminals who are maiming and killing our people. And has a running mate named Walz. Walls are racist, aren't they? She's talking about how great San Francisco was before she destroyed it. Probably not a good idea. Walz was an assistant coach, not a coach. Oh my God, he is amazing. Where's Hunter? Great point. Great question. Oh, too many thank yous. Too rapidly said. What's going on with her? I'll be doing a call in after the speech. I'll be very honest in my assessment. Yeah, there we go. And then look at him. He just over and over and over again crushes her. Wow. Dave, you have been stressed for too long to see you buzzing up. LOL, Dave. I wasn't going to drink tonight. You influenced me. Don, I hope that was a good influence. Sarsaparilla, disturbing right. 9/11 had a lot to do with that, though. What's that? Trump is the king troll. Absolutely. Yeah. So, my friends, yeah, this is crazy. Funny, though, to see my liberal friends on Facebook are like super impressed by Walz's speech, crazy over him, and I couldn't even watch him yesterday. He was so cringe. Absolutely. Yes. Let's see. Okay. Mr. Sciatica, last post on X about Nancy Pelosi. Dude, this I have a feeling this is going to be good. Did you message me? I don't know. Here, I'll pull it up. Mr. Kevin. Okay. There we go. Let me see. I did see that. But I'm not big on using their words over their faces, Kevin. Thank you, though. By the way, Kevin at Mr. Sciatica or at Kevin Rotello, great follow, my friends. Great follow on X. So please check him out. That's Mr. Sciatica. My friends, I got to bail. I totally spaced on this whole thing. My apologies for. It's probably a good thing because I do have to. Do have to take care of some business, and I have to take care of my throat and my body. So, but I will be with you. I have this event. It's an all-day thing. But I'm going to find a way to come to you at some point tomorrow. So bear with me tomorrow. And much love to you all. Thank you for those who have who showed up tonight and who hung out and learned some cool stuff and talked about some cool stuff. And we ended up with about 2,200 beautiful people in the Sned Shed. And I thank you for you have a lot of options, and you are here with me, and I am grateful for that. And I am just happy, honestly, folks, when you think about it, right? Just how about Chuck found a grape in his coat pocket? I get a horse when I have new puppies too. Yeah, right. That's funny, Chuck. I just want to say that look at what's going on here. Look at this Democrat National Convention. Look at the absurdity of it. Look at how they just kicked the president out. Put in this woman who couldn't even, she came in last in the presidential race, and she was first to drop out, and nobody wanted her for VP. But because he was doing this DEI, which exposes DEI, he hires a black woman. He nominates a black woman for the Supreme Court who's an idiot. Brown Jackson or whatever. Look at what's being exposed, the hypocrisy, the nonsense, the lies, the fact that they can't even fill an arena, that they have to get, Beyonce and these acts to fill an arena. This fake, enthusiasm, the fake AI pictures that we saw on the tarmac, and I mean, look what's being exposed, and look how valuable that is, that this is all being exposed. Very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. And so even though we get hit with this, like, God, that pisses me off, the DNC and all that they're doing, they should be in jail. The DNC should be absolutely never be allowed to exist again after what they did to Bernie Sanders, after what they did to Seth Rich, after what they did to Joe Biden, after what they did now installing her. Nobody voted. Nobody cast a vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Look what's being exposed. It is very exciting. Good wins. We win. I love you. Be well. Have a good night. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.